first time. Madison Luke, now sophomore here in Smithfield. She's got 2 goals this season. Her younger sister, Paige, the freshman, she's number 29 in the green and white, or in this case black, as that's Binghamton's kits today, the black with a green trim. She's been coming off an America East Rookie of the Week nod, 3 goals already on the season. She scored against Syracuse, Cornell, and Maryland-Baltimore County, that last one coming in conference play. So, see several fans in attendance here with simply the name Luke printed out on the back of their T-shirts, and can be sure they'll be rooting for the players named Luke to do well. The outcome of the match, a little less important. Binghamton going to be attacking the goal to the left of your screen here. Game time temperature in Smithfield, about 64 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, but no threat of rain. Appears as though the weekly rainstorm here in New England has come and gone. It was mostly Friday and early Saturday. Supposed to warm up into the 70s later today. Likely won't happen before the conclusion of this match. There's some wind coming out of the northeast at 10 miles an hour. Bearcats coming off a draw against UAlbany earlier this week. Played the Great Danes to a 2-2 draw. It was a match which Binghamton had a 2-0 lead. Lauren Clark scored in the 34th minute. Samaya Reed scored in the 61st, but 2 goals in the Great Danes to tie it up, and they came late. We're talking minute number 86, and then with 3 seconds to go, officially on the clock, in the 90th minute, Albany stole a point from the Bearcats. See how the team turns the page today here in Smithfield, a place where Binghamton has had some success. This is the 7th meeting all-time between these schools. Their second is America East foes. Bearcats are 4-1-1 over the first 6 matchups. There is one matchup that you have to go all the way back to 1999. These teams played in September 4th, 99. Both schools were then competing in Division II. Binghamton made a pretty quick leap, all things considered. They were in Division III for years, up in D2 for, I believe it was only 3 full seasons, and this is program-wide, not just women's soccer. And then landed in the America East in 2001, and they've been here ever since. So anyways, they played then, didn't play again until Bryant was also up in Division I. That would be in 2016. Bulldogs did beat the Bearcats their first meeting as D1 foes. That was a 1-0 win for Bryant. September 15th, 2016. Since then, pretty much all Bearcats 3-0-1 over the last 4. Ball goes out of play, and Sam Breton will start the charge for the Bulldogs. Far side, Kelsey Wandice. Gonna come up the middle. That rode up the shins of, I believe that was Madison Luke. Madison Luke, 10 in white. Paige Luke, 29 in black. Remember, those are the sisters if you want to keep a number on those matchups. Far side corner for the Bearcats is Lauren Clark. Clark got one back along to Victoria McKnight, and it's wide. Going to lead to our first corner kick of the match for either side. Went out over the far flank, so it should be a corner from the right. Lexi Vagoda, the senior back from Plainview, New York, will rush over to take it. Vagoda, America East first team member a season ago. She's got 3 goals already in 2023, 8 for her career. Vagoda sets this one live. Plenty of bend. McNeil got her hands on it, and it's going to come out to the near side off of a Bearcat. Bryant ball. Look at that on the replay, and McNeil made herself tall there. Plenty of height already at 5'9", and she was able to leap up just a little bit more. That was Paige Luke in the midfield jousting with Jordan Collins. Jordan Collins with a couple goals this season for the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, ahead is Olivia McKnight rushing to keep it in play. Flag went up, and I believe that was for an offsides. Wandice gives to the keeper, McNeil. Outer flank in the flats is Rocker. Rebecca Rocker making her 49th career appearance for Bryant this afternoon. She should hit 50 in due time. Originally from Danvers, Mass. Rocker has started now all 11 matches this season for the Bulldogs. Hadn't started since the spring of 2021. Was used as a sub each of the last two falls. Bearcats controlling the middle of the pitch, trying to get deep into the offensive zone. That was Alex Marsteller. Comes back on Collins in the center circle, and Jordan Collins up ahead on her. Lonesome, Collins going to run past the defender. Nearing the 18, Collins she was tripped up by Caitlin Williams. And that's a penalty inside the 18, so Collins, or at least Bryant, will earn themselves a penalty kick. Looked like the walls were closing in on Collins as she started her rush right up the gut. She won't take the PK herself. It's going to be Sam Breton, and Breton does have a PK goal this year. Came against Stonehill College. We're just a little less than 6 minutes into this match, and an excellent early opportunity for the Bulldogs. Breton will ready. Will kick with her right foot. Junior from Chicopee, Mass. At the ready. Soft shot. She scores. Sam Breton. Her second goal of the year. Her second on the PKs. Bryant ahead 1-0 in just the 6th minute. Second career goal as well for Breton. You can take a look at this here. This wasn't exactly a laser beam. She just calmly picked the right side of the net. Williams guessed the other side. 1-0. Wow, there's obviously no assists on penalty kick goals. That was all made possible by Jordan Collins. Opportunistic in the center circle, split between a few defenders, and it was misplayed by Brooke Herber. Collins able to spring past her, and then Caitlin Williams came off her line and tripped her. And here's Collins again up the far side left. Collins the shot, and it's high. Oh, Collins shot out of a cannon in this one. She's now created 2 scoring chances. This will be a goal kick goal for Binghamton. Collins able to collect this ball from the midfield. Kelsey Wandice breaks up a ball in the middle. Comes over for Olivia McKnight. McKnight, playable for Breton. She'll bail it out of play. Vagoda up for the throw-in. She goes after Paige Luke, near side corner. Luke was covered there by Carly Warren. It looks like Paige Luke offensively is playing more of a left midfield spot, sort of a left wing, and Madison Luke plays more of a center midfield spot. So how often their paths will intertwine, we'll have to wait and see. Bearcats right back on the attack. It's Olivia McKnight. Gets one to Paige Luke. Broken up by Katie Bean. Paige Luke. All the way back. This is Herber. Up a level for Victoria McKnight. That's Paige Luke. Paige Luke slipped one free inside the 18 for Lauren Clark. Play still going. Vigoda this way and that beyond Warren. Chipped one. Out in the 18 still. Ladled out by Nina Singer. Sophia Garofalo for Olivia McKnight. Outer wing, that's Molly McClelland. Sent one towards McNeil, never reached her. Wandice the block. Ball from the touch line is going to go up over the crossbar. This will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Paige Luke, through ball, will get through to the keeper. Collins, could she have a third break here? Not quite. Caitlin Williams tried to one-time it deep and didn't get great leverage on it. Looks like Nina Singer may have just taken some contact up high. She's staying on the pitch for now. Lauren Clark. She went back for Molly McClelland. Looking to spring one for Victoria McKnight. Victoria and Olivia McKnight, they're twin sisters. Speaking of sister acts, Olivia now a graduate student. Victoria Knight, she did not play in the fall of 2019. She was injured. So Victoria does have another year of eligibility left if she so chooses, but this would be it for Olivia McKnight. Both very talented players. Olivia McKnight, 59 career points for Binghamton. That includes 21 goals. Both made numerous America East postseason award teams. As Olivia gets it for Vigoda. Near side, centered one. Marsteller. Marsteller for Victoria McKnight. That shot's wide and off the mark. Victoria McKnight, 6 career goals. Not quite as many as Olivia, 23 points. Take a look at this. This is how Collins started the rush that led to the PK goal. She was able to fool Herber, and then Caitlin Williams took Collins down on the breakaway. Jenna Quill up for Madison Luke. She goes far side left. Connects with Bean. Katie Bean breaks back towards the middle. Bean uncorks one, and it's high. Katie Bean has 9 goals for her career, 2 this season, none last fall. She had 7 goals her freshman year. Take a look at this one. Member of the Northeast Conference All-Rookie team back in 2021, Bryant's final year in that league. They're the All-Conference second team as well. Michaela Griffin, like what she saw to the right, goes back to the left. Bean, looked like she was going to leave one for Singer. Instead, it's Collins. Collins nearly boxed out by Luke. Collins is going to draw the foul, though. It'll be Binghamton ball just over midfield. Shots are even right now, 3-3. One shot on goal, though, obviously, and that's for Bryant. Bearcats have gone offsides once. They also have one corner. Bryant, neither of those. And no cards yet, as we are getting close to 15 minutes in. Herber up the seam from the left. No connection. Goal kick coming from McNeil. Breton officially took the goal kick, got it back from McNeil, and the Bulldogs will emphasize some possession here on their way out. Jenna Quill tried to spin one along for Warren. Herber sees Warren dashing in on her. Williams with Collins in her area code. Rocker, quick throw in for Madison Luke. Madison Luke springs back to the middle. Wanted to go wide for Bean. Quick rush for Binghamton. That was Herber looking to get vertical for Victoria McKnight. Be a throw in far side for the Bearcats. Grace Vittoria. Victoria returning to action after missing all of last year due to an injury. She's now a graduate student from South Salem, New York. Scored the first point of her career against UAlbany. It was with an assist. Another corner coming for Binghamton. McNeil didn't have to officially make a save. Did have to punch a ball up that was coming through her crease. Once again, it'll be Vagoda. Vagoda, member of the America East first team a season ago. This one has some low bend. It gets beyond McNeil, and she tried to come back, but it was headed first by Grace Vittoria. She scores. Binghamton has tied it up in the 16th minute. Take a look at how this one unfolded. Ball had some serious dip at the last second, but Grace Vittoria, right place, right time. In one match, after securing the first point of her career, she has the first goal of her career. That's got to feel extra special for Vittoria after missing what was originally supposed to be her senior season due to injury. Able to get the extra year of eligibility and finds the back of the net. He still voted a team captain a season ago, even with the injury. Her 46th career appearance for Binghamton this afternoon. Has a goal to show for it. Here's Rebecca Rockers. We now reset. Quill to run tight to the touchline. Winds up giving it away. Missed the mark for Rocker. This is Victoria McKnight. Goes back on Alex Marsteller. Here's Collins in the midfield. Goes back a level first for Carly Warren. Designs of springing Madison Luke. Luke from the near side right. Back at Rocker. One times it for Warren. Collected by Luke. Right back at Warren. Give and go. And the rush comes to a halt. There's Olivia McKnight. Crosses midfield. Didn't want to force the issue, so she'll roll one back. Now in the near end, Vagoda. Vagoda for Paige Luke. Sent one to the middle, broken up by Griffin. Back on Vagoda. Ahead for Paige Luke. Madison Luke trailing her. Instead drops for Vagoda, about 30 yards off the end line. Tries to bend one towards the corner. No dice for Olivia McKnight, and a goal kick coming. There's a look at Jordan Collins. She had goals in back-to-back matches. It was against Fairfield and UMBC. It's a giveaway on the goal kick. Clear attempt. Victoria McKnight has it. Working back atop the 18 box, headed by Griffin. Bisected Vagoda. Her ball will go out of play. Binghamton's been pretty aggressive in terms of covering the clear attempts. Both Victoria McKnight lurking high, along with Lauren Clark. Rocker searching for an exit lane. Comes up the near side. Had Warren. I think that rode up and hit Warren's hand. So, free kick going to be awarded to Binghamton. Vagoda tucked in very close to the touchline on the near side. About 35 yards away from McNeil. Madison Luke, 10 yards away in coverage. Vagoda with some bend inside the 18. Takes a Bulldog bounce. Going to stay Bearcat possession, though. We're also going to have a sub, our first of the match. Molly McClellan checks out in favor of Hannah Mimas. Mimas, a junior from Baldwinsville, New York, a high school All-American. She's the school career record holder with 79 goals. That's a shot by Vagoda, collected, no problem, by McNeil. Mimas, now a junior. She had her first career point earlier this season, a 3-0 win for Binghamton over Lemoyne. Lemoyne, a brand new Division I institution, which, much like Bryant once upon a time, coming up from the Northeast 10 Conference. They're now in the Northeast Conference. Bulldogs with a little pressure of their own. Bearcats taking care of the rock. All the way back for Garofalo. Garofalo, freshman back from Aberdeen, New Jersey. She's already seen regular minutes on the back line. Secured the first point of her career on Lauren Clark's strike against UNH. Breton, over center. Not sure Quill was expecting the pass just yet. Breton tried to chip it up for herself, out of play. More than 20 minutes gone by, already a goal aside. Sam Breton on a PK 6 minutes in, and the equalizer, the 16th minute. Grace Vittoria off a corner, first of her career. That assist for Vagoda, her 4th of the season, her 10th point of the season. Vagoda is now one of 4 players conference-wide with 10 or more points. Abby Kramer of Maine, she's got 21 points already this season, 9 goals, 3 assists. Bulldogs saw her here with the Black Bears earlier in September. Kate Bossert of Vermont is second in scoring, 16 points, and Megan Garenti, who's also made a trip to Smithfield this season with New Hampshire, she's at 11. Kramer goes back to, Herbert rather, goes back to Williams. Far side, Garofalo. I think they got a handball or an arm ball, more accurately. May have ridden up Clark's sleeve. Clark with 4 goals, including 3 in her last 3 contests. She scored against UNH, UMBC, and UAlbany, also with a goal against Lemoyne earlier in the year. She tied for third in the league in goals entering play today. There's Rocker, nice shuffle step, able to slide past Paige Luke. As a through ball, was looking for either Collins or Warren. Quill had it carry him off the feet of McKnight, and this is going to go all the way back on McNeil. Sends one out for Griffin, or Singer rather. Now Bean, burst in her step. Crossing midfield is Katie Bean. Bean with all sorts of space, it's still onside. Bean breaks along the arc. She's going to drop across for Warren. Warren with a shot to save Williams. Plenty of speed on that ball from Warren. And a really nice dish from Bean. Warren collected with the right foot, few steps up, and Caitlin Williams unable to hold on to it clean, but makes the save. And that's all that mattered. Sub for the Bulldogs, Ashley Cunningham coming on. She's going to give Nina Singer a breather. Ashley Cunningham making her 10th appearance for the Bulldogs. She had a goal first of her career in the 42nd minute against Marist earlier this year in a win. In terms of common opponents, Binghamton actually lost to Marist. Here's Paige Luke. She's going to challenge McNeil, and the kick is wide and off the mark. Olivia McKnight. She gets taken down, and she's in a little bit of pain. She's able to hop right back up. Will be a free kick for the Bearcats, not from a bad spot either. This will be 27 yards, give or take, off the end line. Pretty much dead center. So they go with the indirect to Paige Luke. Warren comes over in coverage, but Luke spins free. Does lose the ball to Cunningham. Now it's Madison Luke with possession. Tries to spring for Cunningham. Up the seam. Nobody home on the near wing. More subs coming on. We see Haley Kuntz coming in for Madison Luke. And Samaya Reed has entered in favor of Victoria McKnight. Samaya Reed scored her first goal of the season Thursday against UAlbany. It's her second career goal, sophomore from South Floral Park, New York. She's the career leader in goals at Floral Park, 98. Also single season record holder with 29. Vagoda, target Reed right away. Headed out of play by Ashley Cunningham. Through ball collected by McNeil. Out-of-town scoreboard up in Orono, Maryland, Baltimore County. The Retrievers, they have the lead on Maine. Still about 25 minutes to go in the first half there. Later on this afternoon, and really not that much later, coming up at 1 o'clock, UAlbany hosts New Hampshire, Vermont hosts UMass Lowell. NJIT is idle this afternoon. They're next in action on Wednesday, welcoming in George Washington. Olivia McKnight curls outside from about 20 yards off. That was blocked by Bean on its way back through. Friendly fire. Samaya Reed withstood a shot from Marsteller. The goat has got to be careful. Collins has gone streaking a few times already this afternoon. Garofalo steadies it. Karam's back for Marsteller. In the midfield, there's Olivia McKnight. Rolled along, wanted Reed, busted up. First by Cunningham. Cunningham lunged for it. Wandice tried to lay it a little long. Playable for Marsteller. Plenty of zone time for the Bearcats. Be interested to see what the possession metrics look like at the half. Ball careening up high. Breton a step back and heads it away from the goal. Olivia McKnight. Quick pass from Mimas. On its way through, McNeil will steal a shot away from Paige Luke. Foul called. That will be on Samaya Reed. And a 50-50 ball there. Reed and Sam Breton going for it. Breton's got to adjust her boot. Be a free kick for the Bulldogs there on side of the field. This is a Binghamton team that is unbeaten in league play. A team that certainly feels as though it should be 3-0 rather than 2-0-1 after surrendering 2 goals with less than 5 minutes on the clock against UAlbany. Overall, Bearcats are unbeaten in their last 4, 2-0-2. Last loss down in College Park. Well, actually, they welcomed in Maryland. Lost 1-0 to the Terps. Comes out for Griffin. Katie Bean. Outer flank. She breaks towards the middle. Tried to center one for Quill along the arc. Quill unable to collect. Headed by Griffin and offensive zone foul, I should say, on Bryant. Not sure if they got Collins or Quill. They were both being aggressive. Binghamton started 0-3-1. Played a tough non-league slate. Dropped their opener against Fairfield. Played Canisius to a scoreless draw. Lost 3-0 at Seton Hall. Lost 2-1 at Syracuse. So the Bearcats only had 1 goal through their first 4 matches. Had a little get-right game with Lemoyne. And then played to a draw at Wagner. Lost against Maryland. Since then, no losses. Sprinting ahead, Mimas. She'll collect before it reaches the end line. Rocker gonna try and cut her down. Along the end line, that was getting a piece of it. Looked like Reed did, but off the side of the goal. Only 4 matches left for Binghamton after today. They're going to play 3 straight Sundays. UMass Lowell, Vermont, Maine, and NJIT. It is October 1st. Hard to believe. We're already at that juncture of the season, though, where you're looking at the conference standings. You're looking at what's still left to do. I mean, Bryant only has 5 matches left. They do have a non-league one. Chicago State coming to town on Thursday the 19th. Chicago State operating as an independent in pretty much every sport. I guess their tennis programs are in the Ohio Valley Conference, but everything else, basketball, soccer, baseball, you name it, they're an independent right now looking for a league. It's going to be a corner kick from the near side right now for the Bearcats, Lexi Vagoda. She's been on the first two corners for Binghamton, and of course her second one led to the goal on the feed to Grace Vittoria. Vagoda will kick with her left foot. Plenty of height, a little bit of bend. McNeil got a hand on it. Reed tried to collect. That's out of play. Officials seem to indicate it was off the Bulldogs. And so Vagoda will reset and try again from the near side corner. Vagoda more straight on that time. Pinballs around and McNeil finds it. Falls atop. Take a look at that one. McNeil did make first contact, I believe. She was able to punch it a bit. Samaya Reed, first Bearcat to strike, but didn't get a shot off. Shots are 8-4 right now, favoring the Bearcats. 2-2 on goal. Each keeper's made one save. 4 corners for Binghamton, none for Bryant. 5 fouls on the Bulldogs, 4 on the Bearcats. No cards. McNeil just gets a piece of one. Oh, an excellent chance there for the Bearcats. Here's how it unfolded. Mimas made a defender miss. Breton is next in line as McNeil's able to leap and make the stop. Another corner kick coming. This will be for Vagoda. Her 5th corner kick attempt. This one closer to the 18. Leveraged off by Griffin. Also, quick correction. Binghamton does have 1 card. Caitlin Williams was indeed issued a yellow for her collision with Jordan Collins back in the 6th minute that led to the PK goal for Sam Breton. Credit McNeil now with 2 saves. Vagoda hit the American football goal post that time. This will be a goal kick for McNeil. Less than 10 minutes to go in the opening half. Bearcats certainly with a little more possession, more shots, more corners, but even where it matters most. Allison Falvo, meanwhile, has checked in for Binghamton. Native of New Hartford, New York. She was a member of the America East All-Rookie team a season ago. Also an Emily McGee sighting for Bryant. Pardon me, Sammy Zaslaw has come on for Katie Bean. Zaslaw, the freshman from Marshfield, Mass, trying to provide some instant offense at that. But it's back on the keeper, Williams. Samaya Reed in the midfield for Olivia McKnight. McKnight for Emma Collin. Shot blocked. Bid from Mimas. Allison Falvo into the match from New Hartford. Worth mentioning, she was a big-time rival of Clinton High School in her high school playing days out in central New York. So she was playing against Caitlin Williams and the Luke sisters. Now she's still playing against Madison Luke, but she has befriended Paige and Caitlin Williams. Thinking of Tristan Hobbs, our producer extraordinaire. Today, Tristan, a man of many hats here. Bryant, of course, but today he's acting as producer. Up ahead is Olivia McKnight. Rocker steps in front of her. McKnight able to maintain possession. Quill launch one out of play. Staying Binghamton ball. McNeil collects a slow roller from Olivia McKnight. Bearcats now over 10 shots for the match. Only 3 of them on goal. Bryant with 4 shots and 2 on Williams. Breton able to break up a through ball and at the very least avoid further in the rush for the Bearcats. It's out of play and coming up is Vigoda to throw it in. Another corner kick. Vigoda straight up and high, and McNeil is able to time her leap right. Comes down with a rock. Look at this one. McNeil had to essentially push off of Mimas, legally speaking. Bulldogs are continuing to struggle with some defensive zone clears. Breton tried to get one up the middle for Collins. Holding the line, Vigoda. Headed away from the arc by Griffin. Back on Vigoda. Spins around from Coons and slides for Samaya Reed. Reed at Emma Collin. Diagonal back for Reed. Vidat by Collins. Less than 5 to go in the opening half. Along the touchline, that should be out of play. Olivia McKnight wanted to dial up Reed about 10 yards off. Here's Sammy Zaslaw off the bench, and Zaslaw gets hauled down. Should at the very least be a free kick. It will be that. That looked like a pretty clear pull down. Officials deem it not card worthy, so we play on. Bryant over midfield. Not spent a ton of time the attacking end over the last 15 minutes or so. Turn it over. Vigoda from Herber. Across the pitch for Garofalo. Here, take a look. Meanwhile, here's Hannah Mimas. Mimas well inside the box, blocked out of play by Wandice. So another corner kick coming for the Bearcats. Just on Zaslaw there. You think about the clear path foul they'll call in basketball, both the men's and women's game, and an equivalent in soccer. Not sure what exactly it would be. They give you free throws in basketball, and I don't know if that necessarily warrants a PK when you're only around midfield, but at least a card perhaps. Another story for another time is Vagoda will attempt yet another corner kick. This will be the 8th of the half. Soon to be followed by number 9. First time Vagoda won't be kicking it. It'll be Olivia McKnight. Vagoda more of a decoy in the back end this time. That was struck by a Bearcat coming through, but wide of the cage. The Bulldogs here, you just want to get the ball deep above all else and give McNeil and the rest of the defense a breather for the second half. Bearcats take possession right back. There's Herber. Coming back, Vagoda. Vagoda. Just to flop one along for Reed. Reed traps it. Moves parallel with the 18. McNeil able to make a stop. That was a laser from Vittoria. The hot hand right now, Vittoria hadn't scored at all in her career. Has one today and very nearly had another. Take a look. Good shot with her left leg, and McNeil able to hold that far post. It's only McNeil's 3rd save of the opening half. It feels like she has more. We're into the 45th minute. She may well have to make another stop here before we reach the half. Corner number 10 on its way for Binghamton. Vagoda right back on the scene. Allison Falvo as well as Hannah Mimas are right around McNeil. Ball set live. Near post. It was headed. That was by Garofalo. McNeil able to get a piece of it. Goes out wide. And so corner number 11. With only 6 seconds left. Clock won't stop. McKnight is really going to have to hustle. Launches one as the clock does strike 0. And after 45 minutes, despite a 14-4 edge in shots on goal, Binghamton is all square with Bryant here in Smithfield. The second to last corner, that was a pretty good look. Sophomore. She's played the second half in 7 matches. Won't do so today, it would appear. Bit of a sun factor, as I mentioned. It's peeking out, but you can see McNeil was shielding herself just a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit more of a factor towards this side of the field. McNeil and the rest of the Bulldogs will have to play against both Binghamton and the Sun to an extent. As we're underway here in the second half, clock yet to start ticking. Make no mistake, we're underway. Back shuffling a bit is Caitlin Williams. Caitlin Williams, the high school teammate of both Paige and Madison Luke. And a rival of Allison Falvo of Binghamton, who is now teamed up with Caitlin Williams and Paige Luke. We've played probably about a minute now in this second half, a little less, and they do finally get the clock going on the Jumbotron here at Burns Stadium. Whether they make an adjustment or not, I'm not sure. And it's not like the old days of college soccer where you can just tack it on at the end with stoppage time. The score at the conclusion of 90 minutes is the score at the conclusion of 90 minutes. Is the final, I should say. If they do make an adjustment and there's a time jump, we'll let you know. Bryant with a little bit of offensive zone time here to start the second half. That's a ball from Griffin in for Carly Warren. Warren able to peel past a defender. Here's Madison Luke nearing the end line. She traps, looks back upfield. Want Collins perhaps or Warren. Neither available on the cross. That'll be out of play. Bryant ball, however. In terms of possession, Binghamton had it 65% of the time in the first half. Nina Singer. Collins recalibrates, has the ball, blasts one, blocked though by Brooke Herber. Stays with the Bulldogs. Cunningham all the way back for Wandice. Outlet. Warren came back on it, trying to spring for Haley Coons. Collins was interfered with, unable to get beyond Herber. That was a legal screen, however. Bulldogs have made a wonderful adjustment in the early going in the second half, spending the majority of the time north of the 50. That can change in a hurry. It was Paige Luke going to turn the table. Out off Binghamton, throw in Bryant. Comes in for Katie Bean. Bean the winner against Vermont in what was Bryant's first ever America East victory. Mentioned Binghamton was the preseason #1 in the poll, edging out New Hampshire. Bryant was picked last among the coaches out of 9 teams. But with a 1-1-1 record and their one loss coming against New Hampshire, Bulldogs certainly look like a team that's going to be punching above their predicted order of finish. This is broken up in the midfield by Madison Luke. Pressure applied right behind Alex Marsteller. And back on Williams. Sends one on the exit for Herber. Herber nearing midfield. She'll try and go vertical. McNeil off her line. Scoops the ground ball. Garofalo gives it away to Singer. Singer with options, opts for Bean. Bean breaks back along the middle, was trying to use Singer as a screen initially. Bean will give and go perhaps with Luke. Broken up. Bulldogs trying to hold the offensive side of the field. Breton and Wandice unable to clearly communicate. It's a giveaway to Paige Luke. Saw her older sister have a scoring chance earlier this half. She won't just yet. Marsteller, far side for Lexi Vagoda. She had the helper to Vittoria on the corner kick. Hannah Mimas came off the bench in the first half, starting the second. Gets one back quick from Vittoria. Mimas looking to return to Vittoria. Little stall out. Ball came in for Bean. Mimas curls her way back towards Marsteller. Inside the 18, that sputters too far in front of Luke. McNeil secures it. Haven't seen McNeil go long, so to speak, on a lot of goal kicks. Didn't have a ton of success with that approach in the first half, just in terms of giving the Bulldogs extra possession, breaking out. So, see, she breaks out the driver here. Madison Luke back a notch at Griffin. Secured by Singer. Wandice had to be wary of Paige Luke. Other side, there's Cunningham. She got entangled. It was with Molly McClelland in a foul call. Don't believe a card. Well, just talking to from the official. It is a free kick. Vigoda drills one down to the far side corner. On a cross, got over Breton, headed by Wandice. Madison Luke's outlet is going to land with Katie Bean. Bean racing up the near side left. Collins running alongside her. Bean gradually breaking towards the middle. Inside the 18, Bean will slow the tempo just a bit. Explode off Collins' handle, and the shot will go high over the crossbar. Madison Luke had joined as the third rusher. Excellent scoring chance for the Bulldogs. It's now 2 times that Madison Luke has been involved deep in the offensive zone, the midfielder normally. Certainly very capable of playing forward. And it did graze the top of the crossbar, so it does not count as a shot on goal. It is the 6th of the match for the Bulldogs, and they're now out shooting Binghamton 2-0. In the second half. Bean was waiting, never made a play on the rock. Hannah Mimas from the near side wing with a cross just over the head. A rough and tumble dive from Victoria McKnight. It goes out of play. Bryant ball far side on a throw-in. Vittoria, Garofalo, on for Herbert. Singer tried to play it to herself. Second effort, exploded off the handles of Coons. Breton just going to roll one for her keeper, McNeil. Paige Luke applied the pressure. McNeil, outlet into the flats. Coming back on it was Warren. Ball up for grabs, and it's Breton. Bombed one, wanted Collins. Favorable hop towards Madison Luke. Rush doesn't materialize. Here's Victoria McKnight over midfield. Headed by Paige Luke, back across for Mimas. Vittoria for Garofalo. Lengthy possession for the Bearcats, although they haven't really got anywhere near McNeil. Ball up the near side, collected by Mimas. Broken up by Breton. Still sputters. Mimas with a cross. That was headed by Paige Luke, and it'll settle over the goal line out of play. Out of town, UMBC has increased its lead on UMaine. 2-0, Retrievers lead up in Orono. We're just 5 minutes in up in Burlington. Catamounts with a 1-0 lead over UMass Lowell. No score reported between UAlbany and UNH. That's the rest of your America East scores, of course. It's conference play season. Majority of the matches from here on out for both sides, conference only. That is true for Binghamton. Bryant, again, mentioned in the first half, they have a non-leaguer with Chicago State on October the 19th. It's a Thursday night here in Smithfield. Here's Katie Bean from the near side left. One-on-one with Victoria McKnight. She's able to break back towards the middle. Bean, a little far in front, unable to get there at the arc with Vagoda. Launching one back out towards the midfield. Victoria taking what the defense gives her. Ball broken up around the 18 box by Breton. Outlet for Bean. Bean straight ahead, intended for Sammy Zaslaw. Zaslaw going to see some serious burn here in the second half, it would appear. Backing on Williams. She backpedals and, well, might have had some funny English on it, but she keeps it in front of her. Outlet pass out of play from Garofalo. Coons checks out in favor of Jenna Quill. Quill started the match. She's back on. Quill, the sophomore from Raynham, Mass. Foul called on Binghamton. Bean took the brunt of it. And so a free kick coming for the Bulldogs. Quill and Singer both on the scene. Paige Luke in coverage for Binghamton. See the masses assembling far side of the top of the 18. Singer runs past it. Quill chips one towards that mass. And it's headed by Griffin, but out of play, wide post. Bryant men's soccer team played on the road last night down in Baltimore. Scoreless draw with the Retrievers. Bryant now 8-1-1 on the season. Still looking for their first win in America East play. They have aced every test that's come their way in the non-league. And they will play several more non-league matches, the Bryant men's team, in addition to their America East schedule. One fewer soccer team in the America East in terms of the men's standings. University of Maine does not have a men's soccer team at this time. Bryant men's team won't be home again till 2 Sundays from now. 5-match road trip there in the midst of. Also had a win down at Quinnipiac midweek. The Bryant women's team, they'll be back here again before the men are. A week from today, Albany coming to town. Grace Victoria into the 60th minute. She'll curl back. Centers one for Victoria McKnight. Back over for Herber. Herber had Olivia McKnight. Along for Mimas. That's going to be out over the end line and did not hit a Bulldog. Breton runs up the far side right. Plenty of room for Breton. She's going to run just about to midfield, ultimately busted by Vagoda. Vagoda place one ahead for Olivia McKnight. In the middle, Victoria McKnight. On the penalty arc, spins back, tries to leave one. McNeil sees it out. That was Victoria leaving one for Olivia McKnight. Olivia McKnight last season was the America East Midfielder of the Year. She was the first player Binghamton history to earn that distinction since they joined the conference back in 2001. America East All-Championship team, America East second team in 2021, All-Rookie team in 2019. Not much he hasn't done over now 72 appearances in the green and black. That's out of play. Samaya Reed and Lauren Clark have both checked back in for Bearcats. Victoria McKnight gradually working her way closer to the goal. Back on Marsteller. Marsteller give and go with Reed. Tries to return the favor. Bean gets her foot in the way. Comes back on Vittoria. Garofalo. All the way back for Caitlin Williams now. Sun has come out in full force here. Near the halfway to goal mark of this second half. It's 1-1 between Binghamton and Bryant. Bearcats still do not have a shot this half. 14 for the match. Bulldogs with 2, 6 for the match. So 14-6. It's still 4-2 on goal in favor of Binghamton. 11 corners for the Bearcats. Again, though, none this half. The official shows off his flexibility with a stretch, not to let that ball get in the way. Olivia McKnight along the end line. It was headed by Reed, wide to the near post. Good look. McNeil was also pretty close to that near post. May have been able to make a play on it had it been online. Tatum Corden, the freshman back from Holliston, Mass, into the match for the Bulldogs. Tries to spring it up a seam for Madison Luke. Corden has appeared primarily as a sub. She did make a start against UMass out in Amherst earlier in September. Michaela Griffin for Jordan Collins. Slides back a level. Looking to chip for Rocker. Molly McClelland keeps it on the ground for Lauren Clark. Couple short passes, Marsteller. Over for Vittoria. Bearcats starting to resemble team we saw the majority of that first half. Short, simple passes, ample possession. Vagoda. This is going to be a takeaway in the midfield. Griffin for Zaslaw. Zaslaw going to lead Bean. Bean makes sure she's still in the field to play. Further up the pitch for Zaslaw. Freshman from Marshfield, slow plays it and gets a shot off. Save made by Caitlin Williams. That's the 50th save of the season for Caitlin Williams, but she does play it out of bounds. So Bryant will have its first corner kick of the match. Williams becomes the second keeper in America East this season to get to 50 saves. Abby Cowles of UMBC. She's got 61 already. Ball is live off the corner. Top the 18 box. Breton tried to lunge for it. No connection. McNeil. She'll go vertical. Zasla sprees up, but caught by Williams. Collins and Rocker playing catch on the far side wing. Taken back by Vittoria. Marsteller scampers along through the midfield, exploded off of Reed's handle, gets it back safely to Marsteller. Marsteller making her 50th career appearance for Binghamton this afternoon. She has one career point. She's more a defensive-minded midfielder. Had an assist. That was way back in 2021. Vittoria back on Williams. Mentioned Clinton High School a few times. Williams, perhaps the most accomplished keeper in that program's history. 54 career clean sheets. That's an all-time record. 15 in a single season. That's also a record. Single season save percentage record, 950. Goals against average. But here's Jordan Collins trying to put a dent in her pretty stellar numbers at Binghamton. It'll be off the mark. Williams with 5 clean sheets as a Bearcat. Emma Collin has checked back in for Binghamton. There's Collin making her 25th appearance. Senior back from Endwell, New York. Vittoria collects in the flats. Knocked out of play. It was by Corden. Throw-in coming, Vittoria. Search for an option and just headed right back from where it came by Corden. Still over the touchline, so we're getting closer to corner territory. Here into the 70th minute. Olivia McKnight, Singer in coverage, able to get one ahead and out on the far post. And Karam's a few times chipped by Reed. McNeil got a piece of it. Both Reed and Vittoria at the doorstep. Seemed as though they had a Grand Canyon to work with. Breton and Wandice both getting some touches in as well off the Karam. Oh, if the Bearcats are unable to win this match, they will rue that moment. McNeil watches a ball that was going wide anyways from Vittoria. Take a look at that on the replay here as Corden believes she let Vittoria slip past her. You see, McNeil made the initial stop. Wandice helped keep it out. What a sequence. Right back comes Marsteller. She's got some numbers. Marsteller bumped down by Breton, and that's legal. Official confirms. Up the gut for Zasla. Zasla frees for Bean, and it's going to be off the Bearcats. Shot 17-7 in favor of Binghamton after this latest flurry. Zaslaw drops back for Bean. Bean. Nifty for Corden. Corden. Good slide tackle employed by Lauren Clark. Corden stays on, rolled along the end line. Collected by Garofalo. Outlet is for Olivia McKnight. Olivia McKnight able to sidestep Breton. Last line of defense was Rocker. Boomed one for Haley Coons. Emma Collin sends one ahead. Mimas for Clark. Rolls a little far in front. Wandice kicks one off of Clark, and this should be a goal kick for McNeil. Still not sure how that ball didn't go in. Breton trying to box out Samaya Reed. Little friendly fire. Collided with McNeil, but inconsequential. It'll be a goal kick for Bryant. Marsteller evades Coons. Herber for Mimas. Long for Olivia McKnight. Leads Vittoria into plenty of space. Saves it near the touchline. Steps beyond Corden. Rolls one. That won't get past McNeil. Off sides, I believe, anyways. The flag had come up on the near side. It was indeed an offside, confirmed. First one on the Bearcats. Pardon me, second on the Bearcats. Bryant still has not gone offsides. Breaking through is Clark. She fires wide. Flag had come up again, so may not have counted. Couple of subs for the Bulldogs checking in. Jenna Quill, Tatum Corden coming off. I believe that's Ashley Cunningham, and looking for the last number. That'd be Emily McGee. We're into the 75th minute. There's been no scoring in almost 60 minutes. Sam Breton scored on a PK in the 6th minute. The equalizer came from Grace Vittoria in the 16th. Here comes Sammy Zaslaw for the Bulldogs. Inside the 18. Knocked away by Garofalo. Out of play. Bryant ball. It'll be a deep throw-in. Rebecca Rocker seldom leaves the field, all the way up on the near touchline. She'll search for an option. Katie Bean wants it. Katie Bean gets it. That one hit off the corner flag. That'll stay Bryant ball. Don't see that often. They're going to get a foul here on the Bearcats. Coons was hauled down, Olivia McKnight. So free kick coming for Bryant. They're going to be beyond the 18 line, but outside. So obviously not in the penalty area. Huge moment in this game. Free kick. Michaela Griffin will handle it. All told, she's about 11 yards off the end line. 16, rather. Ball set live. Wants the connection. It's hit skyward. Getting a piece of it. Brooke Herber. Out of play. Will be a corner kick, just number 2 for Bryant. Griffin, again, will handle it. Griffin, along with Bean, they try to pull a fast one on the keeper. Pardon me, on the official. A couple of subs all the while. So it'll still be a corner for Bryant. Griffin and Bean. See what the plan of attack is. Zaslaw is along the end line. Everyone else scattered about near the top of the 18. Griffin bombs one. Far post. Couldn't connect with McGee. Samaya Reed tries to clear near the touch line. That's out of play. Staying Bulldog ball. Madison Luke quickly in for Jordan Collins. Collins this way and that. Tries to cross one up. A little beyond Zaslaw. Griffin will take a blast at it. It's deflected. Wandice tries to shovel one for Collins. Races over to keep it in play. No, the official's going to say she stepped out. Olivia McKnight makes her cut towards the middle. That's out, I believe, off of Breton. Corner kick awarded to the Bearcats. It was out over the far side post. Lexi Vigoda. That's the first corner kick of the second half for Binghamton. After having 11 over the opening 45. Scored their goal off a corner. It was Vigoda who targeted number 13 in black, Grace Vittoria. Good-looking ball from Vigoda, but the Bulldogs able to get it out of harm's way for the time being. Rolls back for Emma Collin. Collin, stretch ahead towards Paige Luke, and McNeil is going to bump her off. We'll get the goal kick. Binghamton coming off a 2-2 draw. Match which it led 2-0 into the 85th minute and gave up the equalizer with 3 seconds on the clock. Vittoria races to the near side corner. She'll try to cross one. That got over Paige Luke and going the other way. Bearcats, like the Bulldogs, are off for a week after today. They'll be back on the road, heading up to Lowell next Sunday, take on the Riverhawks. Binghamton outshot UAlbany by a pretty healthy margin when they played as well. It was 21-11. Could wind up being a similar total today. Shots on goal were 11-7, also favoring Binghamton. Today it's 18-8. Here's Katie Bean. Bean for Zaslaw. Just skipped over her laces. More than 80 minutes gone by in Smithfield. Bearcats turn it over. Out around midfield, the ball rolled. Comes in for Collins. Collins so integral in the attack in the opening moments for the Bulldogs. Won't show up in the score sheet, but she helped earn that penalty kick attempt. It was taken by Sam Breton for Bryant's goal. Samaya Reed trying to get beyond Breton. Nice coverage by the junior back. Lauren Clark. She scored in 3 straight matches for the Bearcats. Not yet today. Victoria scored the first goal of her career. Tries to keep this one away from Madison Luke. And it is the elder Luke who's whistled for the foul. This figures to be the first of at least 3 meetings between the Luke sisters. Madison's a sophomore and Paige is a freshman. Play once a year in the regular season. Who's to say they couldn't cross paths in the America East Conference tournament? And hey, maybe the NCAAs. Sophia Garofalo will launch a free kick. Bending right near the penalty arc, comes down on Collins. Tried to send one vertical. Marsteller holding the back line. Samaya Reed is again angled off by Breton. McNeil, the punt that'll get over midfield. Cunningham tried to knife one from McGee. Marsteller got some options. Rocker helped deflect that pass, and now Bean's going to emerge from the near side left. Bean breaks back towards the middle. Kicked one off the backside of Vittoria. Headed by Wandice to slow the tempo. Clark still at it. Clark gets one back for Paige Luke. She'll shoot, and it's wide. Oftentimes, you get a draw this late in the match. Maybe the teams realize, fought hard today, get out of here with a point. These teams are both still taking chances. Can obviously lead to defensive zone breakdowns, but they're both still taking chances on the offensive end. Trying to sell out and get that extra point. The win in the conference standings. Rocker ahead for Bean. Vittoria for Olivia McKnight. Bumped by Rocker. That's a foul. Free kick from the near side right. About 35 yards off the end line. Sophia Garofalo will launch. A little bit beyond the masses. It deflects back near side. Olivia McKnight has it. With her left leg. Finds a shooting lane. Save McNeil. Far post. Set by Paige Luke. Paige Luke gets one off near side for McKnight. Olivia McKnight. Few taps around. Broken up by Griffin. Coming back in on McNeil. She hauls it. What a stop by McNeil. And then Paige Luke did a good job to keep that her side of the end line. Binghamton with 21 shots for the second match in a row now. Only 5 have gone on goal. The McKnight connection goes awry. Settled by McNeil. More than 85 minutes gone by in Smithfield. Teams have played to one tie in their histories. Back in 2017, it was here in Smithfield, then a non-league matchup. Getting a shot off is slamming the door shut is McNeil. Victoria denied. Oh, there's your save of the match for Catherine McNeil. Steady as she comes. But Binghamton not done yet. Far side, Victoria McKnight along the end line. This latest flurry has resulted in Binghamton getting to 24 shots. Binghamton a shot away from matching its season high, 25 against Lemoyne. Dolphins also surrendered 15 shots on goal, though. Bulldogs aren't going to give up that many. We're in the 88th minute. Olivia McKnight for Victoria. Emma Collin with a shot off the mark. Now more than 89 gone by. Breton. A foot on one. Marsteller. Knocked down by Collin. Officials let a collision go in the middle of the pitch. Spinning back was Mimas. Comes from Marsteller. Rolls along to Olivia McKnight. Back on Marsteller. Traps it around the top of the 18 box. For Collin. And that shot is going to miss wide. Binghamton with 25 shots now. They have matched their most this season. Only 6 have landed on goal. Don't want to say that Catherine McNeil has only 5 saves. That's still a very solid number. It just feels like she has so many more. Into the 90th minute. One last chance for both teams. Here's the Bearcats. It's Olivia McKnight. Tried to slide for the middle. Madison Luke couldn't get her head on it. Ladled by Marsteller ahead for Victoria. Victoria with her first career goal earlier this match. That's knocked out of play. Ball intended for Lauren Clark. 20 seconds to go. Binghamton still has time. Bryant has to sell out and defend at this juncture. Wandice tried to lunge it away. Rocker in coverage on Clark. We're into the final 10 seconds. Clark scored in 3 straight, and her streak may come to a close. We've reached full time in Smithfield, and Bryant has battled and taken its very best jabs from Binghamton, the preseason favorite in the America East. And they hang on for a 1-1 draw.